The top 10 storylines for Super Bowl 53. Are you ready for them?
Lay it on me, buddy.
Okay, here we go. Number 10 storyline for Super Bowl 53 is Atlanta itself. The city of Atlanta will be storyline number 10 of Super Bowl 53. Why do I mean that? Well, Super Bowl 34, when Atlanta had its Georgia Dome open up for the Falcons. Guess who came in and won Super Bowl 34? The St. Louis Rams, the only Greatest Show on Turf championship, the only Super Bowl trophy in the Rams franchise case, won in Atlanta. That was the one where obviously they beat the Titans by 1 yard. In the stands that day, 14-year-old, soon-to-be Georgia high school prep star, Sean McVay, was in the building that day. And we all know the Patriots denied the Falcons their opportunity to have their first trophy in the case, coming back in Houston a couple of years ago, 28-3. And so the Patriots are can christen the Falcons' new building by winning another Super Bowl, or the Rams can win their first Super Bowl for Los Angeles, but second for the case, and second in Atlanta. That is storyline number 10. You'll be hearing a lot about the city and the weather, and it's always that sort of thing when you go to a Super Bowl. Here's number 9. Number 9 is the KRAFT legacy.
Okay.
We got Seth Wickersham in hour number 2 coming up. The fact that it was apparently such a mess between Brady and Belichick and Jimmy G and the TB12 system and his trainer, and whether or not it was too much for the team, and all that's going on, and Brady's pleading the fifth, and what's going on here and there. They're back in the Super Bowl. KRAFT kept it all together. And I know when you talk about the Patriots franchise and the legacy, you got the Deflategate, you got Spygate, you got all sorts of cheater this, cheater that. This is Bob Kraft's 10th Super Bowl since buying the team. 10th. That's a nice whopping round number. Jerry won 3. This guy's won 5. At some point, if they win their 6th out of 10, how does this guy not get a jacket? That's going to be part of the conversation. Storyline number 8. The Super Bowl 50 champs trying to beat the Pats again in Super Bowl 53. That's right, everybody. The New England Patriots lost in the AFC Championship game to the 2015 Denver Broncos, as we all know, right? Going to the Super Bowl. They won Super Bowl 50. The coordinator that day, Wade Phillips, who's the coordinator on Super Sunday, Wade Phillips. C.J. Anderson was the running back of that team in Denver. Here he comes rolling downhill for the Rams, who also added Aqib Talib. See where I'm going with this, former Patriot?
Let's see where you're going.
So they're getting the gang back together. 3 guys who won a ring and en route denied Brady the opportunity to play. That's a storyline coming up. And then storyline number 7, because we love to have it both ways in the media. So even though you got those guys who are experienced at beating New England to win a Super Bowl, storyline number 7 is who's more experienced? You got a New England team that went to the Super Bowl last year, but other than those 3 guys I just mentioned, Wade Phillips and Aqib Talib and C.J. Anderson, Brandon Cooks has been to a Super Bowl with New England, and Sam Shields was in a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers, and that's it. So the experience is coming. Maybe that can be a storyline discussed from the NFL Super Bowl experience. There's going to be a lot of experience questions. So you got guys who are experienced at winning it all, but they're on an overall inexperienced team. That's storyline 7. Storyline number 6 is Gronk's future. I mean, get ready for it. Are you done, Gronk? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? He's got 3 media availabilities. He's got media night Monday night, and then he's got the Wednesday and Thursday player availabilities. Number 87, best be ready for the, well, you were thinking of retiring. You did. You threatened to retire. You want to be an actor. What movies you want to be in, Gronk? I mean, it's all coming. The Gronk future. That's number 6. Super Bowl 53 storyline number 5. Now, this is the omnibus. The dreaded distraction. I have no idea what it is. It's coming. Somebody's going to say something. Some story's going to come out. Something about something that we don't see coming. One year it was deer antler spray with Ray Lewis. Another one, it was something that somebody said on a podium. And we all in the media love talking about a distraction because that that basically
to talk about.
Well, it verifies our job that we're creating the distraction, and then it riptides into the question of, are you distracted? Well, no, we're tuning it out. Well, how dare you tune out us, because we're all here too. This is our Super Bowl too. What's the distraction in your locker room? We demand to know, because what else are we talking about if not the distraction? That's Super Bowl 53 storyline number 5. Number 4, what happened to Todd Gurley? What happened to Todd Gurley? Where's Gurley?
That's coming.
Okay, he got hurt, but we thought he was 100% coming into the playoffs. And then now we're seeing C.J. Anderson more often than not. We're seeing him on the goal line. We're seeing him between the 20s. Gurley's riding a bike in the Superdome. And when you ride a bike, that means you're not 100%. Unless you're the player that's making everybody see that you're riding the bike to let everybody know the reason why I'm not in is not effectiveness. It's because I'm dinged up. I don't think Gurley's that guy. But while we're waiting for Super Bowl 53, there's enough people that are going to be talking about, well, is Gurley upset? Is he not? Hey, Todd, you didn't get the ball. Are you okay? What's going on? Gurley best be ready for that onslaught. And when that question's asked of him on media night in the first 5 minutes of his availability, there's going to be somebody from Yugoslavia with a press pass asking that in a Yugoslavian accent, if there's such a thing, 5 minutes later. And then the guy from Tokyo is going to come. And then the lady from Azerbaijan with the press pass is going to come. I mean, it's all going to happen. Get ready, Todd Gurley. It's coming. Super Bowl 53 storyline number 3. And this is the juicy one. The Brady legacy. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, there's
GOAT.
No more.
If he loses, though, he's 5-4 in Super Bowls, nearing 500. A 500 quarterback in the Super Bowl. Never mind that it's out of 9 games. Never mind. But 5-4 in the Super Bowl. You lost 2 to Eli, 1 to Nick Foles, and 1 to Jared Goff. Is Brady really the GOAT? Is he just like the guy that could advance the ball, if you will, between the 20s? When it comes to the Super Bowl, but when it comes to the scoring zone, you can't do it in the big game. Get ready for it.
He has the 2 highest passing yard totals in Super Bowl history.
How many times have I pounded the table for him? I understand. I'm not saying everybody in the media understands, and I'm not saying everybody in the media who also knows better isn't going to try and present this cheese in advance to fill time between now and kickoff. Get ready for it. Number 2. Storyline number 2 of Super Bowl 53 is McVay versus Belichick. The chess match. The great Belichick. You do not give Bill Belichick 2 weeks to prepare and expect to win. You do not beat Belichick when he also takes away the one thing you do best, which Brian Billick loves, because he says every other coach does not do that. No other coach does that. Only Belichick does that. You do not beat Belichick in the big game when he's been there, not just now 9 times as a head coach, but with all those Parcells teams. Unless you're Sean McVay, who just turned 33 today. And he's coming in with all of that young, dynamic, millennial craziness. What's he going to dial up? And there really isn't on the Rams the one thing they do best that you take away. That was Todd Gurley. And whatever the hell's going on with Todd Gurley is taking Todd Gurley away. What's the X's and O's? How do you beat Belichick? What can Goff expect from Belichick that McVay knows is coming because he remembers every single damn play that's ever been run in the history of plays being run, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's storyline number 2. And then get ready for this. Storyline number 1, the top storyline of Super Bowl 53 is Sean McVay, period. That's it. Anything to do with Sean McVay outside of McVay versus Belichick. He's 33. Everybody wants him. They've all hired their other Sean McVay. His grandpa was the great John McVay, who won all those Super Bowls, architect of the Super Bowls of the San Francisco 49ers. He rode the bus with Steve Mariucci's team as a young kid. He's a 14-year-old who was at Super Bowl 34 in Atlanta watching the Rams win. Now he can be the Rams coach to be the first one to do it for Los Angeles. And then he was a Georgia prep star in the Super Bowls in Georgia. And then he played for Miami of Ohio and caught passes in 2 games against Julian Edelman, who was the quarterback at Kent State. And he's also got this hot girlfriend, and he's also this guy that just is a great guy, and he's Sean McVay. Super Bowl 53 top storyline. Book it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.